let's go first. Okay, so we can get Vile down, which is great. Play Aether Vial. We're playing against Tri-Game Wizard. Alright, and let's see what our opponent does. Radiant Fountain. Okay. Okay. Amulet of Vigor. Okay. So it's probably something along the lines of Scape Shift. So we played Burn. Okay. So we're going to tick up Aether Vial. We probably don't want to Spreading Seas the Radiant Fountain. We'll Spreading Seas something that... because they're going to bounce a lot of lands. And that's fine. They're gonna keep bouncing Radiant Fountain to make sure that they. So if we seize a bounce land, then that forces them to. It forces them to bounce a bounce land and kind of puts them behind a little bit, which is where we want them to be. A second Amulet of Vigor. Okay. Are they just stuck on lands? I don't know why you would play two. I mean, I guess if you've got them, you've got them. All right, so we're just waiting on our opponent here. They're kind of taking their sweet time. Obviously, they're playing Amulet Titan or some sort of Scape Shift. All right, come on, buddy. Let's see here. Yep, we're just waiting. Huh. I wonder what our opponent could be planning on. I mean, it doesn't show that they disconnected. Oh, there's Summoner's Pact. Search your library for a green creature, reveal it, put it in your hand. Pay 2 green. Azusa. So I guess our opponent was just planning on what they were going to do. So they play Simic Growth Chamber, and they untap it. Oh, I guess they untap it twice. Yep. There it is. They bounce the... Then they play Azusa. They can play the Radiant Fountain. Or Field of the Dead. And you play the Snow-Covered Forest as another source there. As a different named card. That's why you want Field of the Dead. Yes, we're going to take up Aether Vial. And there's Mutavault. Well, so we can kill the Azusa and force him to tap out, which I think is what we're going to do here. It forces them to tap out, and then... Actually, undo. We're going to attack first, because there's no way they block with Azusa. So we're going to force them to take the damage. But if they have a 3/3, then they'll block all day. Incongruity. Turn off Azusa. And so then they have to tap out to pay the Summoner's Pact. They're still not in a bad place, but only being able to play one land a turn is definitely going to hinder them, even if they can untap it. Alright, so our opponent plays Boros Garrison. They've got 3 amulets and 3 mana. And we're going to get hit for 3, which is fine. And we can vial in a Lord here. But let's vial in Trickster so we can get the most damage. Sure. That's fine. We're going to leave vial at 2. Okay, so we're going to tap this one for, yep, we want to make sure we tap the correct one, the one that can attack. Begin combat. Swing. Hit him for 12. And then pass the turn. And then next turn we have 2 Mutavaults. So even if they do something to take care of our lands or anything like that, you know, we or take care of our lords, we still have enough bodies to go around. Our opponent's going to Summoner's Pact. Summoner's Pact. Alright, so our opponent's Summoner's Pacted for Primetime. They get Primetime. And then they search for 2 lands. And they're probably going to pick, yep, 2 different, they're going to give it Double Strike and Vigilance and Haste. So 8s. Okay. Looks like they tapped mana wrong. So we're gonna get hit for 8s, 9, 10, 11. Enters the battlefield. Or attacks. Okay, so when it attacks... Okay. So he's going to attack. He's going to get to... Oh, he only attacked with prime time. So we're going to need to double block the prime time. So we don't... He's going to need to get lands that tap for red-white, so he's going to need to get Boros Garrison. Because it doesn't untap all... Oh, he's going to Vesuva to copy Boros Garrison, sure. And Kalani Gardens to make another blocker. That does not trigger Field of the Dead, so we're still okay there. Let me try and get this out of the way so we can see what's happening. All right, so we're still waiting on... So he gave... So that's 16 damage. He's giving it 10, so that's 20 damage. So we definitely need to block. We might be dead anyway. We do need to double block. I think we're just dead anyway, though. Because 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4... No, because it'll be 14 damage. So as long as we double block... So 4 damage will come across from this attack. And then we'll take 10 and we'll go to 2. So we need to draw an Island Walk Lord right now. Draw an Island Walk Lord. Oh, sweet. Yes. Okay. So we did it. We drew into Lord of Atlantis. Oh, undo. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we swing in for the win. All right. Sideboarding. So we need Echoing Truth. Spell Pierce is fine. Do they have... Oh, yeah, we can bring in Natural States to destroy the... I think Spreading Seas might be a little too slow for right now. Because they can bounce. They can bounce them. Echoing Truth, and let's cut 1 vial. Because if we can turn off the what's it called? Okay, we have 2 vials, so this is fine. They're not going to blow up our own vials. This might be too slow, but we'll see. All right, we're just waiting for our opponent again. They're trying to decide if their land is worth... So they played a Forest, Sakura Tribe Scout. Makes sense. Let's get a... There's a blue Manosaurus. Tap for an Aether Vial. Pass the turn. Our opponent casts Ancient Stirrings. Let's see what they reveal. Our opponent reveals Amulet of Vigor. Our opponent plays Castle Garenberg, and then plays Amulet of Vigor. And then they can put a land into play. Oh, City of Brass. Cast a second Amulet of Vigor. So we need to start drawing those natural states to really turn them off. Yes, we're going to take up Aether Vial. Oh, there we go. But we need a green source. Alright, so we're going to play our second Aether Vial and pass the turn. We need a green source, and we need it quick. So we need a fetch or a Botanical Sanctum. Okay, so our opponent just plays a second City of Brass and passes the turn. We're going to take up both vials. Ugh! We can Branch Walker to try and hit a land. I mean, technically... At least on their upkeep, we can tap down the Sakura Tribe Scout. Blue, blue. I mean, they can still activate it in response, but it's worth a shot. Oh, they didn't activate it in response. We just need a green source of some kind so we can just shut off these Amulet of Vigors. So we do want the first one to tick up, but not the second one. Nope. Green source. Nope. Get them down to 13, pass the turn. Has our opponent just not hit with what they need? Is that what's happening here? I mean, I don't mind it. They do have the Slayer Stronghold, and they do have the Cities of Brass to technically activate it, so they could Pact. I guess they're just not drawing what they need. Azusa. Sure. We must be the luckiest Merfolk players in the world. Violin both of our lords. Untap, snap back. I mean, that's pretty darn good. The only way it could be better is if we get a green source so we can finally kill. We'll get a green source, but it'll be a Botanical Sanctum, so that way we can't actually do. Destroy one of the Amulet of Vigors. Attack with all creatures. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're technically still alive. They go to 1. That's a possibility. Basically, I just needed to hit any Island Walk Lord. So the way that game worked out, we basically had it, so we just didn't. It didn't matter which land we seized, because we just you know, always know. Always know. Yeah, so at that point we just always all we needed was to hit the what's it called? We just needed to hit any Island Walk Lord, and that took care of it. So, you know, that's fun. All right, so we are going to move to attack. Attack with all creatures. And bam. Our opponent is going to path something. Oh, they're going to give it double +2/+0 and double strike. And they're going to die to their own. Okay. All right, sweet. So we beat Amulet Titan. It looks like they just kind of didn't draw what they needed, and that's all that happened. So, I mean, you know, that's something that happens, and we'll take the win as we can.